This module is the centerpiece of my build. It has folding table, snack storage on rails, and most important, hosts fridge and freezer. Provides a lot of surface for cooking or working. Let's dive into details of its design and features. A fridge is essential for any multi-day camping trip, especially when venturing to areas without convenient access to grocery stores. Since our dog Toby primarily eats home-cooked food, we need to carry several days' worth of meals, necessitating a freezer. To address these needs, I built a dedicated fridge cabinet module that serves three key purposes. Fridge housing securely accommodates the fridge unit. Essential item storage provides readily accessible storage for frequently used cooking and dining items. Work surface offers a countertop surface via its top lid and a further expanded work area with a built-in folding table. I researched several small fridge options for my van, focusing on these key features. Ideal size, not too large, not too small. 12-volt power, direct connection to the van's battery, eliminating the energy loss of an inverter. Dual zone, 2 independently controlled compartments usable as either a fridge or freezer, essential for storing both our food and Toby's. Portability, easy to move in and out of the van for cleaning and storage, with the option for independent power using a detachable battery. Top access, a top opening design was crucial due to space constraints within the minivan, making side opening fridges impractical. App control, remote monitoring and temperature adjustment for added convenience. The BougeRV CR35 12-volt car refrigerator with dual zone with 35 liters volume seemed to tick all the boxes. This model has reasonable power consumption and a compartment for an optional detachable battery, enabling off-grid use at locations like picnic tables. It also supports Bluetooth connection and works with CarFridge free app on the phone to control temperature in each zone. I did experience a minor issue with a warped lid, likely a manufacturing defect that compromised the fridge's cooling efficiency. However, BougeRV's customer service was excellent. They promptly sent a replacement lid, which arrived just in time for my camping trip. I was extremely impressed with their responsiveness and support. While British Columbia summers are generally mild, around 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, we frequently visit the Okanagan Valley, particularly southern part which straddles the US-Canada border. This unique area is Canada's only desert, with temperatures soaring to over 45 degrees Celsius during peak summer. With plans to travel further south next year to California, Utah, and Arizona, I decided to add extra thermal insulation to my fridge to maximize cooling efficiency. BougeRV offers insulated protective covers designed for their specific fridge models. These covers fit perfectly, with precise cutouts for ventilation and connectors. This extra layer of insulation helps minimize power consumption by reducing the workload on the compressor to maintain the desired internal temperature. After choosing the fridge model, I decided to build a slightly oversized cabinet to accommodate a potentially larger replacement in the future, adding a few inches of extra space on sides for future-proofing. This also improved airflow around the fridge, particularly on the right side where the ventilation outlet is located. I also added ventilation holes in the cabinet's back wall, aligning them with the fridge's ventilation intake. Initially, I planned to position the fridge at the top of the cabinet, accessible by lifting the countertop lid, with a drawer for food storage below. However, 3 factors led me to relocate the fridge to the bottom. The cabinet's top is angled to follow the curve of the reclined front seats, similar to the sink module, limiting the available depth for the fridge. The fridge's front-facing ventilation outflow would be obstructed by the folded table countertop, hindering proper airflow. Bottom storage would be inaccessible when the bed is set up. Therefore, the only viable option was to place the fridge at the bottom and the storage on top. While this requires removing items to access the fridge, I only need to open it a few times a day. To mitigate this inconvenience, I designed a unique lifting storage feature, described later. A large front opening allows for easy removal of the fridge for cleaning after trips. While it can remain in the cabinet during the summer, I prefer to remove in between the trips to reduce its wear and tear, and when I use the minivan for commuting to work to prolong the fridge lifespan. I routed the fridge's power wires beneath the cabinets through an opening in the steel angle foundation that houses the second row seat hardware. This wire connects to a 12-volt cigarette lighter outlet built into the cabinet floor. I noticed the connection between this outlet and the fridge's input connector was not secure enough, especially with the vibrations of driving. To address this, I implemented a locking mechanism to ensure a stable connection. As previously mentioned, my initial design placed the fridge at the top of the cabinet, but this proved incompatible with other design constraints. Relocating the fridge to the bottom let me use upper space for storage of the essential kitchen items like cutlery, snacks, and cups. I opted for a handled plastic wicker basket for easy removal of all these items and access to the fridge. While this worked in practice during the first camping trip, it presented a new problem: where to put the basket when accessing the fridge. It could be placed on the couch if only one person was sitting there, but with two people, space became limited. Additionally, the countertops were usually occupied with cooking supplies, leaving no convenient place for the basket. I had a crazy idea. The storage should move vertically, like an elevator, and lock in the upper position to provide access to the fridge. I built a storage bin to replace the original basket, incorporating a handle cutout for easy lifting. To secure it in the raised position, I used furniture sliders with gravity locks. The challenge was that these rails are designed for horizontal use, relying on gravity to engage the locks. However, my design required vertical movement. Luckily, the need to angle the sliders to match the angled countertop lid solved this problem. The incline allowed the gravity locks to function as intended. For added reliability, I incorporated magnets to reinforce the gravity assist and ensure consistent lock engagement. To access the fridge, lift the storage bin using the handle. It will lock in the raised position. Open the fridge and retrieve your items. Close the fridge. Support the storage bin from below while releasing the left and then the right rail locks. Lower the storage bin into the cabinet. It sits on top of the fridge in this position. To simplify opening of the fridge door, due to the cabinet frame obstructing the latch, I added a ball chain with a ring, which is conveniently stored on a magnet. Simply pulling the chain releases the latch and opens the fridge lid. To make things more convenient, I added a strong magnet to the chain ring. Now the fridge door stays open on its own, leaving both hands free to grab food. I repurposed Corian solid surface material from a previous kitchen renovation for the lid and folding table. This material provides a durable work surface for cooking and can be opened to access the storage and fridge below. I used the same lift-off hinges as on the bed sections from my previous video. To attach the hinges to the Corian, I drilled holes for threaded insert nuts and secured them with epoxy. When drilling the Corian, be careful to use a drill bit stop to prevent drilling through the surface. The countertop is held upright by two support arms. The initial version used standard arms without soft close functionality, which made closing the lid a bit precarious, nearly catching my fingers a couple of times. Replacing them with soft close arms was a significant improvement. To secure the lid during travel, I installed locks on the cabinet face that engage with steel angles attached to the underside of the countertop. To open the lid, pull and rotate the lock. To secure it for driving, rotate it until it is engaged with the lid counterpart hardware. As mentioned in my kitchen sink module video, I extended the countertop over the cabinet front face to accommodate the overhanging sink edge. This extension continues over the fridge module too, and now serves as a convenient handle for opening the lid. Additionally, this overhang neatly conceals the two securing locks, keeping them out of the way. The versatile folding table is the centerpiece of the kitchen, extending the work surface for cooking, dining, and working on the go. I researched various folding table solutions on YouTube and found numerous hardware options on Amazon. Choose proper size for your application and color to match the rest of hardware in your build. I attached two folding table support arms to the front of the fridge cabinet. As before, I drilled holes in the countertop for threaded insert nuts, which were then secured with epoxy. Finally, bolts fasten the countertop to the support arms. When folded, the table leaves approximately 1 inch of clearance behind the countertop due to the hardware. This fortuitously accommodates the slight protrusion of the fridge from the cabinet. Additionally, the top edge of the folded table sits about 1 inch below the cabinet lid, providing convenient access to the lid locks and allowing for easy opening. To prevent the folding table from moving while driving, I installed a latch on the front of the sink cabinet to secure it. I've used these latches in several other areas of the build, including on the locking plank for the water tanks. I chose them for their convenient oversized handle rings, which are both easy to use and add a distinctive touch to the design. The fridge module cabinet includes a few additional features. During early trips, the paper towel roll was constantly in the way. I realized the space behind the fridge module, between the front seats, was an ideal spot for it. A mountable paper towel holder from Amazon provided the perfect solution, making towels easily accessible from kitchen area while cooking and from the front seats, useful for cleaning Toby's paws during driving breaks. While we're still working on Toby's map reading skills, he is our navigator, riding in a custom bed between the front seats and guiding us on our adventures. For his safety, I installed an eye bolt and use a short leash to secure him while driving. There are a few elements in the fridge module which I may improve. Over-fridge storage bin rails rely on gravity. I would prefer some other model to make this feature more secure. Add 1/2 inch backsplash to the back of the lid to avoid small objects from rolling into space in between front seats and the fridge cabinet. It is not a big deal, but may be annoying if the pen or fork disappears there. Make the outer corner of the folding table countertop round to avoid hitting sharp-shaped corner while entering the van. It never happened yet, but I guess would not be a very pleasant experience. Next, episode number 6, Cooking and Storage Module. I'll be covering the following topics: the rationale behind the 3-section design, the sliding mechanism for each section and its purpose, the reason for the bottom section's rear protrusion, the design of the top cooking section, the electric appliances I use for cooking, how they are stored, the versatile functionality of the middle storage section,